Today we will be talking about what a person is and how our persons are relevant to our people. Now, what is a person? When we look at etymology, we see a person is originally a mask, a false face, the mask as something spoken through. In Black's Law Dictionary, the definition is a man considered according to the rank he holds in society. This wording tells me the man is separate from the person, with all the rights to which the place he holds entitles him and the duties which it imposes on him. Before we get into our governmental persons, let us talk about other persons we all operate in society. Anyone ever heard of a Costco or Sam's Club membership? That would be a Costco or Sam's Club person, bound to a people by joinder through contract. The Costco person can use their rights to buy products in bulk at near wholesale prices. This is just one example. Here are some others. An AT&T person, an Ultratan person, a grocery store person, a credit card person, a bank person, a stockholding person, and so on. Let us look at another kind of legal person. That would be the college graduate person. What do college persons get when they graduate? A diploma. This diploma is a legal document and a public document. It gives one all the rights and privileges of being a graduated person with degrees of knowledge for any one of a number of different societies. For example, a medical society, a religious society, a psychological society, a legal society, and so on. Next, let us move to what a legal person is, how it is created for you, and how one can use it to their best own benefit. The first document on the journey towards the legal person is the birth certificate. A certificate is a written testimony, a declaration in writing. In other words, a legal document. We, the people, used to write the birth records in our Bibles under children's records. Notice the engravings on the side of the paper, giving this the look of an official document. After the government has the birth certificate person, the next step is to register or assign that certificate to a Social Security number. The Social Security number is the tax filing corporate employee of the municipal corporation talked about in the last video. Employee from Black's Law Dictionary. As generally used with us, it is understood to mean some permanent employment or position. How many of you have ever had a permanent employment from an employer or at a job? But all of us have permanently been working for the government in the form of income taxes. See, the person labors and the employer, the government, benefits from that labor of the people. If you have any doubt about your governmental persons being a corporation created by the United States, please explain to me why when one operates a sole proprietorship corporation, one can use their Social Security number as their tax identification number. This is because your Social Security number is your employee identification number for the government, your personal corporate filing number. So, if no one else is working with you, then your original number will work for tax filing purposes. All they care about is getting paid for your labor. This is also how the government creates joinder between a people and a person. They have the people believing that they are governmental person, name, and or Social Security number. But let me ask you a question. How can you be a name or a number? This is why one needs to rebut this presumption in writing, and why I added that I would be acting as a private person at all times. This means that I am not acting as the presumed legal person created by the government and under the jurisdiction of the courts, but I might use that person to my own benefit. For example, getting a bank person, an insured person, a registered property person, ID or DMV person, stockholding person, and so on. So, what is a private person and how can it be used to enforce one's own rights? A private person used to be an individual, but now we all know what an individual is in the U.S. Code. It's an infant member of the Homo sapiens species. This is why I'm private. Look at private from Black's Law Dictionary. Affecting or belonging to private individuals as distinct from public generally. This frees one's own corporate legal fiction from the government and governmental duties, taking your legal fiction into your own private hands. Private law. That body of law dealing with private persons and their property and relationships. Remember, your rights are your property. From an older edition of Black's Law Dictionary, private law is concerned with the definitions, regulations, and enforcement of rights, and a private person, an individual who is not incumbent of an office. As long as one does not work in an official governmental position, they can be as a private individual if they so choose. When one makes the personal choice with education and wisdom, they can turn their public corporate persons into a private person or individual. This will not stop the government from charging them with a crime, but it will allow a people to exercise their natural and inherent rights in the courtroom when it does happen. The private person can hold their own court with their own claim as talked about in the video A Basic Idea for Using Common Law Do-Over. The definition of a court is the person and suit of the sovereign. Whoa, wait, Just Conspiracy, that's the international law definition. Great, so they accept it all over the world. Understand that the people are the true sovereigns in the United States legal writings. One thing that I think is sad is our culture is that people believe they are their person. Go back to the college graduate persons. Let us say a people who earns a doctorate person is actually commonplace for that individual to add that personal identity to the beginning of their own name. In my opinion, a doctorate is not what you are, it is something that you did or something that you accomplished. I read this the other day and it made me think of what a person is in today's society. A man has many skins in himself, covering the depths of his heart. Man knows so many things he does not know himself. Why 30 or 40 skins or hides, just like an ox's or a bear's, so thick and hard, cover the soul. Go into your own ground and learn to know yourself there. Eckhart. Personally, I believe this is a spiritual war, of free will on the soul. So many people identify with what they do, that they do not understand who they are. Persons, in my mind, are like the hides that cover the soul. But that's another video for another day. I am Just Conspiracy, and I would just like to conspire with other good people of this planet to leave a better world for future generations than the world we were all born into. Thank you. Bye-bye.